turmoil on the top of the mountain touched off a flurry of calls into the state's top offices. Spotty communication didn't help out trying to clear up those access issues.
What happened on the mountaintop today took some state officials by surprise. But according to the state's top lawyer, the decision about access sits squarely at UH.
The University of Hawaii has had the authority under the Mauna Kea Comprehensive Management Plan to be able to temporarily close the public roadway leading up to the mountain for hazardous conditions or safety concerns.
Managing Mauna Kea is a sensitive issue for the university. Protesters point to that as an impetus for the blockade. But confusion about why access was okay for some and not others, and a deal not to allow any filming, had the university apologizing once again.
I think there may have been some miscommunication between the protesters and the rangers that they were working with as far as their conditions to going up there. And if there were anything, we apologize for any of the confusion.
Even the Attorney General recognized problems with blocking some media while allowing others to stay.
The logic would seem to indicate that if you're escorting people who are going to be up there to remove the rocks, then let's escort some people safely so that they can be able to record what's going on.
As soon as we were made aware of it, the rangers went there and they asked them to leave. The cameraman did, the reporter did not, and we don't have law enforcement powers, our rangers, and so we weren't able to, we couldn't do anything.
While advocates for equal access worked the phones in Honolulu, it still took 5 hours to sort everything out.
People need to be allowed to be, recording what's going on, and I think with an escort, that probably made it okay for them to be able to get up there safely.
Chin also underscored that conservation district rules don't allow for rocks to be moved. He warned blocking access with boulders could trigger more arrests if it happens again. Chin says public safety trumps cultural access, and while the governor's 10-point plan to manage the mountain includes cultural sensitivity, the events of the last 2 days point to a need for brighter lines.
I'm sure that going forward, that's going to be a part of the discussion.
Now, the governor's office said its chief of staff, Mike McCartney, met with TMT officials today. Governor David Ige was to return from a Washington, D.C. trip late today. He's expected to be available tomorrow to talk about what happens next.